And it's going to be a Zerg vs. Zerg. Moon has shown incredible flair in this matchup. July a little lackluster, but if July can manage to pull off this win, he will have a solid running in the top 4. His opponent will be Puma.
And this is a revenge match with a lot at stake, so you know July, who wins his championships in July, is out for blood.
And here we are. The match has now begun. In the bottom left, we have the God of War, the 3-time OSL winner. It is StarCraft July. And in the top is the Red Zerg, one of the heroes of Warcraft 3's, a legend of RTS gameplay. It's WeMadeMoon.
Thank you. Is it safe to call him the Boxer of Warcraft 3?
Boxer is his entirely own being, Jeff.
Yeah, that's true.
He's unique in all the world.
That's true.
Oh, I love Boxer. He's so handsome.
I just slandered. Yeah.
So we do see, oh my gosh, July's going for a 10 pool, one of my favorite openings in this matchup. It is so awesome. You can put on a lot of early pressure, and the big key to an early 10 pool is 2 fast queens to block off your ramp.
If there's any kind of fast spawning pool, though, from Moon, I feel like this is problematic. They are in cross-map position, so he's going to have that little extra pinch of time to go ahead and do something. And there's the gas for Sean. I believe that does mean he will be making the spawning pool relatively soon. Do you still favor the 10 pool versus this? I feel like this is a stronger macro opening if you go with the later pool.
It's kind of a weird way to open in the Zerg vs. Zerg matchup. You use your 2 queens to block the ramp. Because queens require no larva, it means that you can spend all the rest of your larva on drones and get a relatively early tech. This opening we see from July, very common to transition into faster infestors and fast mutalisk. You see Moon now getting that very early gas. Spawning pool is going down. Moon's going to be opening very standardly. Loves this opening in this matchup. We've seen him do it multiple times in multiple events. Loves putting on that early Zergling pressure. And look at this, Jeff. Still no gas being mined by July.
And he is going with 8 Zerglings as well, so I mean he's definitely going to be leaning towards the aggression here, now transitioning to drones, which means that this is just kind of a expedition force. If he's catching a hatch first opening, or he just wants to tilt Moon in the direction of, I'm coming after you, you're not quite sure what you need to do.
And Moon tried to build an extra drone. He only has 2 Zerglings in preparation, and he does not see that there are 6 Zerglings already heading towards his base. There's the early second queen getting constructed for July, and it looks like the 6 are about to head up the ramp, and now Moon sees it and only has 2 Zerglings. July could deal a ton of damage here.
It's going to come down to drone micro. Zerglings are mixed in there. They're getting on the outside. July very wisely knows that if he can just continue to disrupt this mining time. Oh, but he does get one of the Zerglings does go down.
Incredible control there. July's taking almost no damage, and 2 more Zerglings join into the fray. July doing massive damage, and there's the queen that comes down, and he surrounds it immediately. And he gets the queen.
Now here's the exchange. He did lose all the Zerglings. He only killed the queen. I do not believe, well, let's check. I mean, did he kill any drones in that? I didn't see any go down.
I think he killed almost none, but look at July making 3 more drones of his own. July has taken the drone lead and has queens. The only hope for Moon at this point is to be able to deal a ton of damage with this Zergling Baneling attack. July needs to block off that ramp and get a spine crawler up ASAP.
And these queens are able to weather the storm of the Banelings relatively well. He's also getting metabolic speed upgrade behind this, and now a Roach Warren. The window of time for these Banelings to be effective is extremely minimal, and it's critical. If you fall behind both in losing that early queen, they do squeeze through,
and they're
getting us around.
Oh, did July just make a fundamental misstep?
And
it looks like he'll be able to pick off a couple Zerglings. Queen,
that's a jailbreak. That is a jailbreak. Now that this ramp is compromised, he can make Banelings and go ahead and get at that mineral line, but Sean, I'm not seeing any more Zerglings on this half the map. I think the Banelings were almost defensive.
Yeah, it's so hard to keep that Baneling Zergling pressure up when you're Moon because you lost your early queen. Even if they do manage to do some great damage, there's no momentum behind it. There's no more swells of 4 larvae worth a unit at a time barreling down your front because of that early queen kill.
Moon, come back. Or July. What do you
Oh no,
Moon's just going to go right in. It is only 4 Zerglings. But this can cause a lot of problems. It's roaches coming out of those eggs. And now Baneling's in the back of the base.
A big hit, but it looks like July will be able to defend, and now it's Moon who needs to be the one to worry. There's Banelings in the main, and he does a good pick, getting 1, and July goes right through the center of the base. That's not very safe. And he's going to pull back. He's going to realize that everything there is, in fact, not friendly to his Zerglings. And is heading back home, and July now prepping to do an expand with roaches.
And I really like this. He's even extended his creep down below that ramp, already getting a fairly early creep tumor. And I think that's what that second queen allows you to do, as you pointed out. It's not only a good block on the ramp, it also allows you to get at least one creep tumor down, which can really help out with the expansion. So these roaches are going to be mobile at the ramp and below it. Meanwhile, we do have a lot of aggression coming out from Moon, though. He's still got Zerglings on July's half the map.
They always have Zerglings on opposite sides of Metalopolis, seemingly. It looks like July is pulling back, and it looks like July! July!
This is like playing the worst game of football.
July helping me discover my vibrato in this game. It looks like
the symphony of Zerg vs. Zerg.
And this is always the fragile period in this matchup. This is where July racks up almost all of his losses. If he can stabilize this expansion, he'll be in good shape, but there's still quite a ways until there's that security where the Zergling Baneling pressure is no longer a threat.
And I was just going to say, he does have 6 roaches at the base of that ramp, so they are able to A, snipe any kind of Baneling aggression, but B, block that ramp. So any kind of real heavy Zergling aggression from Moon is going to be thwarted, I feel, pretty strongly. And both players are kind of negotiating that same concept. But it does look like that July has relegated his Zerglings to just guarding the tower. And it is only 4 now, so I don't think a run by option is available to him anymore.
There's a lot of dancing around the middle of the map with those Zerglings, and as we can see, both players have approximately equal worker counts. It's 32 to 28. But Moon, interestingly, the one with the additional bonus queen. There's a little skirmish going on at the north Zelnaga Watchtower. But look at this, Jeff. We see that there is an evolution chamber going down in the main of July. If he can get ahead with that +1 ranged attack, his roaches will be very strong for an early push.
Yeah, you see a lot of Korean Zergs these days negotiating the very early evolution chamber. In fact, a lot of them will go double evolution chamber before lair, which seems extremely committal, but that's just kind of the metagame right now in Korea for a lot of the Zergs. I do want to say, I think it's unfortunate we almost everyone survived the ZvZ early stages.
July.
The Baneling!
July, are you?
Oh, he's teasing now. He's just teasing. Okay.
Gosh. Stop it, July. I eat fatty foods. My heart can't take it. Oh, God.
Baneling's like everyone's fat aunt that wants a hug. Come over here. And now both players are kind of simmering down and just trying to find out what their identity is going to be as we push towards the mid-game of ZvZ. A lot of drones. Oh, the Baneling's made over there to the side, but they just get sniped uneventfully. Now, the story of that, of course, is if July is not paying attention to that one moment, he loses half his economy.
Oh. Baneling manages to get a hit down at the front of the base. Moon repositioning that spine crawler to the front. Overlords from July moving to the bottom right. Look at this Overlord spread by Moon. Absolute domination of the vision of the center of the map. One of the huge advantages of going for a 10-pool opening, you get that second queen out, you can easily repel all those Overlords, pick them off, get some free shots. But because July lost that early queen, he does not have that opportunity.
And now a Suicide Overlord, he's going to go ahead and check out that tech. And if you look at the vision of July, he is not going to get any good information. He did not see any of the 2 evolution chambers or the Roachborn. Of course, you can always assume roaches. That's one of the safer assumptions there. Now it looks like July is going to go across the map, and behind this we have a huge swell of units. It's going to be that +1 timing you spoke of earlier.
+1 roaches, kill Zerglings in 2 shots instead of 3. Will completely decimate the small Zergling force from Moon. We see July at 108 food. We made Fox at 83 food. 59 drones for Moon and only 36. 28 roaches to 4. Oh my gosh, July going for the huge early attack.
We're going to see if Banelings can do anything to stop this, because he is making actually a lot of Banelings now pushing forward. They are connecting, but they're just dancing. Here's and they do okay, but not enough. There's still a lot of roaches here, but they are softened. And I just think it's the production of July.
July now swelling up with a whole bunch of roaches and Zerglings advancing in through to the front of the base. He has broken the front. We see 10 roaches in production for Moon. For more Zerglings swooping in for July, the reinforcements seem unending for the blue Zerg. Moon trying to defend the Baneling hits. Didn't seem to do enough. The queen ends up falling to drones. Gonna have to be pulled to try to do some kind of miracle defense, but we see another 10 roaches making their way across the center of the map towards Moon's base.
Yeah, he showed up with more roaches, and he actually was able to produce more roaches even on the backswing just because of his larva management. In July is now in the 2nd mineral line. It looks like Moon is running out of options and units to stop this. They are getting Well, they're getting picked apart here, but the damage is done.
Oh, looks like Moon has barely been able to defend his main. Moon does have the 1-1 roaches, but look at the front. July making another push again. Sprinting forward, going to be able to pick off these roaches, and July's numbers are getting, wow, it looks like Moon might have an answer, but no, a Swell Zerglings immediately sprint up, going to surround those roaches on the low ground. July Zerg will have to pull these roaches back, let those Zerglings swift up, and then Moon will have few options at that point, and now he's breaking the front, and it looks like July surrounds. An excellent snag on those roaches. And now there's the good game, July, the god of